guess what? I have a capture card now. I can make Animal Crossing videos now. I really wanted to make Animal Crossing videos for a really long time now, but I never could because recording on a console is kind of a whole hassle. You need to have this extra device to connect up to your computer that's called a capture card, and so on and so forth. But I have one of those now, so I can actually finally make videos on my Switch. And so today I thought I would make a little tour of my hotel, which we just got in the new update. Can you believe that we got another update? Can you believe Dad is back with milk? I can't, but here we are. And so I thought I should make a little tour. I've not decorated the outside yet at all, except for what I had beforehand. But you know, now we have all of this new extension, so I thought I could maybe make a little tour of my hotel rooms. And to be honest, the hotel tour is more of an excuse to just make my first little Animal Crossing video. But I thought it might be fun either way. And look, I even already made outfits for my tourists. This is so fun that you can do this as well. And so, as you can read here, yes, I made merch for my island. This is Silverset, my forever island that I had since launch day. And so I had a lot of time to make fun stuff like that. But yeah, I've kind of like a foresty island. I have a little town surrounded by a large forest, and so yeah, I made outfits like these two for my tourists to wear. But anyway, let's head on up to the rooms, and I actually have a full house today. I think sometimes it happens that there is only a few villagers in here, but today everybody's here. I'm so popular. Okay, and this is the first room. This one was the kind of island resort beach theme, kind of. So in this room, I pretty much just went along with the theme. I used all of the furniture from the set. I can't remember what it's called, but it has this really nice swatch with a dark blue. So I kind of went for like a blue and yellowy orange color scheme in here. I also, in the back here, made this kind of, oops, I didn't even know you could do that. I also made this back wall. This is kind of meant to be like windows looking out onto the sea. I feel like it doesn't look as convincing. I know that a lot of people get custom designs and then customize the glow-in-the-dark sticker item for the walls with that to make it look like actual windows and stuff. But it didn't have anything like that. That's the thing. All of the rooms that I'm gonna show off today are just the way that I built them on the very first day that they became available. And so some of these I still want to redo at some point, and others I already really like. And this one I do really like, but I feel like something else might be missing. I might have to get custom designs like that, or maybe more stuff for the walls. I don't know, but it's pretty cool already and pretty cute. And yeah, let's just head on to the next one. Here it is. This was the Japanese room, specifically like a traditional Japanese theme, sort of. I can't remember the exact wording, but something like this. And again, I feel like this was the other one that I made on day one. It's cool, but I might want to come in and add something else. I don't know. I feel like these two could use some more pizzazz. And oh my gosh, it's a bit inconvenient. There isn't a lot of space, so I gotta push around. Breathe. Aw, she's so cute though. I might want to redo this outfit though, because you can see the hat doesn't look too great on the mice and a lot of the other animals. So I feel like it's fun to give the tourists outfits like that, where maybe they have the name and the island colors on them, but I don't know. A lot of animals don't look that great in hats in this game, so I might have to redo that in some other way. But yeah, I don't know much about Japan, so I kind of try to do my best, but it's probably not the most accurate. But I have the kotatsu table over here with a little pillow, so you can sit on here. Very cute. this lamp on top of it as well, or not on top, up here. I think that's actually Chinese, but I'm working with what I have, okay? And then over here I use the futons. Both of these also have sable custom designs on them, and the pillows as well. I think I used custom designs from Sable as well to make them match with the colors. And you can see I kind of have like red, green, and this like turquoise color scheme, which I also feel like is not executed that well yet. What I do really like about the color scheme is this purple accent though, because I used this, like, I made this little, not sure if I want this to be a window, maybe this could just be open. But you have like the not hyacinths, what are hydrangeas, that's what they're called, right? That are purple. The shelf has a little purple flower, and then I have some more purple flowers over here. I think that works really well. Look at Brie, the way she's sitting there. That's so cute. But yeah, the way I got this to be a thing is I used the walls, like the extra walls, and then this back there is an accent wall that I have this, I used to know what that is called. I think it's just like bamboo view wall or something like that. Maybe that's way off, but I used that as an accent. And the walls are from the DLC, by the way. And I used a lot of DLC stuff, so if you're ever like, wait, how did you do that? I don't have something like that in my game. It's probably because of the DLC. I'm sorry, Brie. But yeah, that's this room. Might change this up a little bit, but it's pretty cool already too. And yeah, let's check out the next one. This one has Meringue staying in it. I think Meringue is so cute, and the room turned out really well as well. I think this is one of the ones that I want to keep like that forever, because I think I cooked with this one. I mean, look at it. I think it's really cool, and Meringue fits this. Oh, Meringue fits this really well too. Let's talk to her. I think I talked to her already. Yeah. The way that she says shortcake is so cute as well. But yeah, this room, I can't remember the exact wording again, but this one is kind of like a cottage-core theme. Maybe it even said cottage theme. I don't really remember, but yeah, with this one I locked in and I made this. So this is again kind of just furnished like a normal regular hotel room. So we have the bed over here, and here, this is a nice little trick that I like to use a lot, is instead of using dresser items or nightstand items that we have, I like to just use those stools, because I feel like a lot of the dresses and stuff are kind of too large, especially next to a bed, but the stools are kind of a similar height to the bed, so I prefer using them as nightstands and other little tables. And then back here I use the, what is this called? Is it like a cafe wall or something like that? Just like that. Or, oh, is she dancing? Oh, that's so cute. So that is the one with these cute windows, and then I have the cuckoo clock up there as well, and this wall plant thingy, kind of asymmetrical. I thought that looked really cool as well. Meringue is so cute, I can't. And then back here I made an actual bathroom, you know, also kind of useful to have. And again, I used the walls and also the columns from the DLC to make this work, to make this into its own little room. Also a little spot right here, oops, with an armchair so you can sit by the fire. This is a little awkward, the window that is blocked by the column, but you didn't see anything. And then I put a lot of plants everywhere as well. And I thought this was really smart. I actually used the dropped sapling. This is just the sapling item that you can buy in Nook's Cranny, for example. Because I had this plant back here that was really bright green, but none of the other proper plant items really matched that, I didn't think. So I dropped this instead, and I thought it was pretty smart. And also, I have like ever so slight pink accents, which is why I think meringue fits this room really well too. Because if you have a look here, there are like these little roses on the wallpaper that are pink, and then I also put down this slightly like darker pink teddy bear to match that, which I thought worked really well. But then I was like, but I kind of want to have one extra thing that is in this pink, and miraculously I found this coat hanger that normally I think has a blue coat on it, but miraculously I discovered that there is another customization with exactly the right shade of pink that I needed. So that worked out really well for me. Also wait, there is one more thing that I wanted to show you guys. This is kind of unrelated to everything, well maybe not everything, related to the fact that I'm making my first Animal Crossing video, but okay, recreated scenario right now. Imagine you're me a couple days ago, you finally have a capture card, you can finally make Animal Crossing videos, how cool. And so you set it up, you test it out, and everything seems normal, looks normal, sounds normal, but then you go up to any random villager and you talk to them and listen to this. Can you hear that? No? Because me neither. It's so weird, it's so quiet. It's so it's so eerie. And so I was like, did I do something wrong? Did Nintendo accidentally give me the next update early? 4.0, the everybody shuts up update? The everybody shut update? But actually, that's not the case, and it took me an embarrassingly long amount of time to figure this out. I was pondering about this over the course of like several days, but I finally figured out why it did that. If you come into the settings over here into TV output, and you might be like, TV output, but you're not playing on a TV, are you? No. But if you want to use a capture card to record your game, you have to have it in the docking station, and if the Switch is in the docking station, it thinks it's attached to a TV, so it does all of the TV settings things, I suppose, including, if you scroll down here, it was on surround sound. That was my problem. Because with surround, you have like several channels, right? And I'm guessing that the villager voices are just like in the center one, which you don't have if you have headphones, I think. I'm not entirely sure how surround sound works and headphones on and all of that, but something along those lines, right? And so if I put this back on automatic and I go talk to Meringue again, there she is again. But that was so weird and kind of funny, and it took me so embarrassingly long to figure that out. But it's fixed now. The 4.0 everybody shut update got reverted and we're fine again. Okay, but let's check out the next one. This one has Henry in it. Henry is so cool. I love him. I love all of the frogs in general. But yeah, this room had the dreamy theme, which might not be obvious at first because I feel like everybody kind of has a different interpretation of what that means. But I went for kind of like a kawaii theme because if you look at the shelves up here, these are actually from a furniture set that is called the Dreamy Set in-game. And it also gave you a lot of that furniture set in the recommended tab, if I remember correctly. And so I was like, oh, they probably want me to build like a room with all of that furniture. Which is like, you know, kind of in a kawaii style, like kind of cutesy and pink like that. Ironically, I'm only using those shelves and then nothing else from that set in the end. But whatever, I think the room turned out really cute, although this is also one of the ones that I might want to redo at some point because I feel like, again, it could use something else, some more pizzazz. And I also, again, used some Sable custom designs like this. this pink pattern with the music notes is actually one of hers as well. And for some reason, I totally overlooked that. I had no idea that we have that. Other than that, not much else. I did actually use a dresser in here for the nightstand, although I did do my little trick with the stool back here too. But can you see what I mean? Isn't that kind of like, I feel like maybe I'm exaggerating a little bit, but doesn't that kind of Henry in the frame, doesn't that kind of look really big next to it? Maybe I'm just picky, I don't know. But yeah, other than that, I also used, oh, you couldn't even see that before, I don't think, the star lights up here and the little dangly things. Oh, he's singing. That's so cute. I was gonna say also use the dangly things from the ceiling. I think that's actually from the Dreamy set as well, maybe. So maybe I used 2 items in here. But yeah. And the little teddy bears, the plushies everywhere. So yeah, might want to redo this, but pretty cool already. And then let's check out the next one. This one has Plucky staying in it, and I think this one might be my favorite room. And honestly, think about it now, have I talked to Plucky yet today? Oh no, I haven't. Aw, oops. So this was the room that had the like high-rise apartment skyscraper type of theme, and I think, did I just say that? I'm all over the place. I think this one might be my favorite out of all of them, because I feel like it kind of exceeded my own expectations, because at first when I got that theme that day, I was like, oh, I don't know if I'm gonna do a good job today. Oh, look, she's eating her sushi on the island counter. That's so cute. But then I think this one actually turned out really, really cool. I was kind of scared that I was going to end up building kind of just a boring concrete box, but I think I avoided that mostly by using a lot of wood, especially on the walls, and that kind of made it all warm and cozy, despite the fact that I also have like kind of this industrial and black and silver thing going on. But yeah, I actually gave them a little kitchen over here along with the new plant. Bird of Paradise. This is so cool. I love new plants in the game. I really like this corner here as well because, again, did my little trick with using a stool as a little table. But also, I think the wall decoration looks really cool. I feel like it's really hard in this game to make like gallery wall type of things. Because a lot of the items kind of have a bigger hitbox than the actual size of the item. So it's kind of hard to place them together. But I think it worked out really well here. So I was going to do the bathroom next, but maybe let's do this part first. Over here is the bedroom section. I did my little trick again. Oh, she's finally done. The flush. I can hide this as well. Look. I did my little trick again where I used the DLC walls and columns to block off that section of the accent wall, but then over here we have the windows, and I used the bookshelves here too. The bookshelves are the best item in the whole game, saying it right now because it's true. Again, did my little stool trick for the nightstands. And I do have this hot tub as well, which is kind of a bit much, I feel like. But I thought that would just add to the fancy high-rise apartment vibes. And I do keep it off usually as well, because if you do turn it on, it's purple in there. And I feel like that doesn't fit as well. I mostly just have like the wood, the black, and the blue color scheme. I feel like that might add to the fact that I like it so much as well, because I don't know if it's obvious from the way that I look in game, but blue is my favorite color. And then over here, where definitely no incidents occurred, just few seconds ago, don't even worry about it, I made another actual little bathroom. And I think a really cool feature of this one is that I have the jail bars back there to add some more texture to the wall. And I totally did that on accident. I think I literally misclicked and placed that there by accident. But then I was like, actually that looks kind of cool, so I kept it, and I really love that. I think that's so cool. But yeah, that's this room, and let's go check out the next one. Hello, Sprinkle. Ah, she's so cute. I talked to her already today. I had to. But the theme for this room was a Japanese retro room, which I was a bit confused by at first because I already did a Japanese room, but then I was like, okay, maybe this one is like, I guess not set in the modern day, but closer to the modern day than the other one. And so I did my best. Again, don't know much about what a Japanese retro room should look like, but I did my best. And I kind of tried to make it look like an apartment. And so, as you can see, to kind of make it retro, I do have some little things like the record player and the brick TV. As well as like the wall phone and stuff, just little things like that. And again, I used my trick with the walls and the columns to kind of section off an extra room over here. And then what I did back there, I think is quite special because I usually use the wallpapers with the actual fake windows, but this one is the greenhouse wall, which I think you can see if you look as closely as we are currently. But I think it looks convincing enough, like cool modern windows sort of. So I think that's pretty cool to use that one in here. And then other than that, we once again have the best item in the game. And I use this cute couch over here. Hello, can I sit next to you? There we go. And yeah, kind of had some trouble to make everything symmetrical. But I think it looks good enough. And yeah, so we have this little living room section over here and a little kitchen over here with the rice cooker, of course. That much I do know. And I don't know how common it is, or how common it was to find bedrooms like these that are literally just a bedroom and that's it. In Japanese apartments made in like the whatever we're trying to do over here, like the 80s and 90s. But I put it in here. And again, I'm just kind of making this up as I go. I don't really know if this is like culturally accurate and stuff. And by the way, that's another thing that you maybe noticed with my other rooms too, that I didn't mention. But I always kind of decorate the rooms in this game like dollhouses, even though we have the ability to look at it from all angles. But I usually just ignore the other ones and just do it from the first one that you view when you first come into a room. Kind of like a dollhouse, right? I just kind of like to decorate it that way. It's just my preference. I don't know, I kind of like how you can layer things on top of each other that way. And yeah, let's check out the next room. If I remember correctly, the next one is really cool too. Yeah, Beryl is staying in this one. I think Beryl has a lot of haters, and to be honest, I might be a Beryl hater a little bit too. He just looks, he's so beautiful, isn't he? But to me, all of the Animal Crossing villagers are kind of like celebrities, if that makes sense. I'm just really excited to like actually see them in game because I also like watch a lot of Animal Crossing videos online, so I see a lot of the villagers, and then I mean, like I said, whenever I actually see them in my own game, it's always like, oh my gosh, that guy! Kind of like I'm meeting a celebrity. So I know a lot of people online have said that they don't really like the tourists and they don't really like having randos come to their island and walk about. But I really like it for that reason, because I'm just like, oh my gosh, this guy. Like, even if they're ugly, I'm just like, oh my god, I finally get to meet them. But yeah, this room I think the name and theme was kind of vague. I think this was just called like exquisite or something, like an exquisite hotel room, and it had this bed, I believe, as a thumbnail. But I kind of figured that what they meant, what we're supposed to do here is to build a Chinese room, also based on like the recommended items for this room, because it gave you like a lot of bamboo things and like panda plushies, and so I was like, okay, I get it. And so I started with trying to make it into like a fancy Chinese room, and I kind of ended with fancy Chinese pirates for some reason. I don't know when the pirates came in. I don't know how that happened, but I am not complaining because I think it's cool. And I think I want to keep this room this way too. But so over here we have the bedroom, and then over here we have the fancy desk. I don't think I know this word, but can I sit in this chair? Yes, I can. But I was thinking that maybe this could be the type of room on the ship where like the captain is. And so I was thinking maybe this is like the captain's desk, and so, you know, they have the treasure map on their desk here. You know, and this is like their office where they're plotting their schemes from, and then of course I have their treasures from their adventures everywhere around, as well as with the sparkle effect. That's also one of the DLC things, to make it all shiny like that. And then while I was making this room, for the longest time I just had sort of like the left side, and I didn't know what to do over here on the right side of the room, but luckily my mom actually was sitting right next to me, and without even hesitating she was like, pirate bar. I was like, genius. So over here we have the pirate bar, and I used like the spice rack item on the wall, or not spice rack, spice shelf thing on the wall. And then this I think is just coconut milk and the decorative bottles. And I think it looks pretty convincing. Kind of tight. Look. It's kind of tight in here with everything, but you can access everything, and I like it like this. So yeah, pretty cool as well in my opinion. And then now we just have one more left, right? Right? Yeah, just this with Bud. I don't think I talked to him today either. So let's do that. This room, again, I can't remember the theme, but it was kind of like a fancy pants theme, like a rich people type of thing, using all of the new marble furniture. Let's go talk to him. Hello. It's fun that he has those sunglasses. Shredded. He says shredded. That's kind of fun. Look at him. Lollipop matching the sunglasses. What a guy. But anyway, so here I tried to use all of the new marble furniture, and I kind of had a hard time, not gonna lie. I think I like this room a lot already. I might make some changes at some point if I have some more ideas how to improve this, but I think for now I'm pretty much happy with this. So we once again have like a window situation with my columns, and I kind of placed the fireplace in front of the window, which is a bit strange, I feel like, but whatever, I don't really care. I think it looks cool that way. And then over here we have the bedroom, and then, well, bedroom. We have the bed that's just kind of chilling here right next to the kitchen again. And I used this new marble island counter here as well. But Nintendo, I have complaints, because if you're going to use this marble furniture thingy right here in your kitchen, what are you gonna use in the rest of the kitchen? There is like nothing that matches with this. So I kind of used these two things, like just the regular fridge and the regular oven, but like it's not a great match, so I don't know, it doesn't really work that well. This room, I did also give like a proper fancy, and this one is the largest one, the largest bedroom. So can I activate the shower? Yeah, you can activate it from here. So you have like this huge, enormous bath with the golden shower, and of course I had to use the golden toilet as well. And then this new sink item. This oh, you can use this like a mirror. That's cool. I had no idea. And then once again, best item in the game. Yeah, this guy knows what's up. You know, he's kind of perfect for this room. He's like he totally fits in. Yeah, that's pretty much it for this one. And that was all of my rooms, I hope. Can I do my, yeah, I'm already on it, my little twisty dance. Thank you so much for watching my first little Animal Crossing video. I'll see you in the next one. Bye!